Hello everyone and welcome back to the Houston Texans franchise. We're starting out episode 2 by signing Ty Johnson off of free agency. I felt like we needed a speed back in the backfield to sort of change up the tempo of the offense a little bit. Dameon Pierce isn't slow by any means, but Ty Johnson I believe has 93 speed, somewhere in that range. So signed him to bring him into the backfield and get sort of a change of pace. And that way Dameon Pierce doesn't have to carry the ball so much. Today we're going up against the Denver Broncos, and they, I believe, are 1-0 as well as us, as we beat the Colts in kind of a thriller last episode. If you haven't seen that one, you should go back and watch it. But we are underway here at Mile High against the Denver Broncos. Brought out of the end zone, up to the 20, where he's brought down. And this is the first time we'll get to see the new-look Denver Broncos offense with Russell Wilson. Obviously, in real life, Russell Wilson having a really tough time this year, but I imagine that will not be the case in Madden, as it's all about ratings and pretty much nothing else. First play of the game is a handoff to Chase Edmonds. It actually turns out that Javonte Williams is injured in this game. Not the same injury he suffered in real life, but an injury nonetheless. Rasheem Green with a sack in the backfield there. 3rd and 14 now for Russell Wilson. He's got all kinds of time to throw. Across the middle, he finds Courtland Sutton. That's going to be a first down. It was something we really struggled with last week, was giving up long first downs like that. Russell Wilson out of the shotgun now. Takes the snap. And to his right, he's got... that's Tim Patrick, also not injured in our Madden universe. Handoff this time to Edmonds. He's got the whole left side of the field, breaks a tackle. He's going to get the first down before being brought down by Jalen Petrie at the 36. We'll fast forward here to 3rd and 8. Russell Wilson back to pass. Got a lot of time, steps up in the pocket, but throws it away. Nobody was open. A bit of a good coverage there. This field goal is almost blocked by McManus, but it's up, and it is good. Denver will take the lead 3-0 here in the early stages of the game. That will bring Davis Mills onto the field. He had a pretty good game in Game 1 against the Colts. Let's see if he can continue that. Only the 1 interception, 250 yards, and 2 touchdowns. First play of the game for the Houston Texans is a handoff to Ty Johnson. He'll pick up 6. 2nd and 4 now. Pierce is back in the backfield. He'll run it. There is a flag on the play. I'm guessing this is going to be offensive holding. That's a first down if not, but as a matter of fact, it is. So we will be moved back on this one. That's Jordan Akins, the tight end, on the holding penalty. 2nd and 11 now. A dump off to Dameon Pierce on the left side. He can't make anybody miss. And that is going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 9, as a matter of fact. Mills back to pass for the first time today. He finds Nico Collins along the left side of the field up to the 47. That's a first down, Texans. Under center this time, Davis Mills hands off to Dameon Pierce. He's got a lane. Eventually brought down, but not until he picks up about 8 yards. Had a big game last week. Dameon Pierce handoff up the middle again, brought down, but not until he gets the first down at the 35 of Denver. The Texans looking pretty good today on offense so far. This one is going to be a handoff to Ty Johnson. He's got close to a first down. It looks like they're going to give it to him. 2 rushes for 16, 2 good rushes for Ty Johnson. We'll bring Dameon Pierce back into the game now. Over the middle, and that was intended for Jordan Akins, but it is punched away. Davis Mills back to throw again. He's got all kinds of time. He's to the right side of the field. It's Brandon Cooks into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Cooks not super involved in Game 1. I think he may have only had 1 reception. That's actually Nico Collins trying to jump into the crowd there in Denver, sort of asking to get an earful from them. But 7-3 for Houston. We take an early lead. About 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter here as Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos come back on the field. And across the middle, Russell Wilson finds Courtland Sutton again. We seriously have a problem with leaving the middle of the field wide open. Happened a lot in the Colts game as well. Russell Wilson back to pass again. They don't seem to like to run all too much. He finds Tim Patrick, and he'll be brought down, but he does pick up a first down. They're at the 46, already in Houston territory. Wilson passes again. This time he finds Edmonds on a check down, and that's not good for a whole lot of yards. 3rd and 8. A good tackle there by Christian Kirksey. Russell Wilson, all kinds of time to throw. Goes deep down the field. He's looking for KJ Hamler, and he comes down with it. The coverage wasn't even that bad. I don't know if the throw was just that perfect, but KJ Hamler makes a play over the top of, I believe that's Jonathan Owens, our free safety, and it just catches it over the shoulder. Owens could not get a hand on it, and that's a touchdown for Denver. McManus will kick off once again. It is 10-7 Denver. They're back to having their 3-point lead, and there's still a little bit of time in the first quarter left. It's going to be a handoff to Ty Johnson. He's got all kinds of room. He's got a first down and a little bit more, a gain of about 13 yards to the 39. Now in the second quarter, Davis Mills hands off to Johnson. He's got another decent carry. He's really having a good first game in a Texans uniform. 3rd and 4 now. Mills back to pass. He dumps it off to a wide open Dameon Pierce. That's going to be plenty for a first down, and he'll cross the midfield line to the 46 in Denver territory. Davis Mills, play action to Dameon Pierce. He's looking for his tight end, Jordan Akins, who can't come down with it. It is broken up. I believe that was PJ Locke on the breakup there. Another play action. Mills going across the middle, looking for Brandon Cooks. He has it punched out by Pat Surtain. Our wide receivers just can't seem to come down with contested catches. That will bring on Kaimi Fairbairn for a 60-yard field goal, and it had a ton of leg on it. Goodness gracious. Fairbairn, of course, winning us the game last week on a pretty long field goal against the Colts. 10-10 now with just about 9 minutes left in the half. 1st and 10 for Denver. And Russell Wilson finds Chase Edmonds off to the right side on this one. That's good for a gain of about 7. And now he will hand it off to Edmonds on the right side. He doesn't get a whole lot of extra yards, only about 2. It's now 3rd and 1 for Denver. Edmonds handoff, makes a cut to the left side. He's got the whole middle of the field. He's got some blockers, is eventually brought down. That's Michael King, I believe, that's bringing him down there, but he's already into Houston territory. 7 minutes to go in the half. Russell Wilson back to pass once again. Got all kind of time, and it's dropped by Neville Hewitt in coverage. That should have been an interception and possibly a pick 6, but instead, still Denver ball. He finds his tight end, Albert O. We will move ahead to 3rd and 3. 6.5 minutes now in the half. And this is a handoff to Edmonds. He's got all kinds of space. Again, he's kind of scorching us. They don't seem to be missing Javonte Williams that much. 2nd and 10 now, and Rasheem Green can't get the tackle, but on the screenplay, Russell Wilson did just have to throw it away due to pressure. 3rd and 10 now. Wilson to throw to the right side. It's Albert O, but he drops the pass. Absolutely terrible drop from Albert O. Denver will have to settle for a field goal with Brandon McManus. It's up. It is good. And it is 13-10 in favor of Denver. But we are still very much competing in this game. Mills back to throw on their next possession. Finds Chris Moore. He breaks a tackle. He's got a lot of room to run. Makes it downfield past the midfield marker, I believe. Yep, he's to the 48 of Denver. And a bit of a weird dance there from Chris Moore. Davis Mills handoff. Dameon Pierce, he's got a few yards there, probably good for about 4 or 5. And from under center, Davis Mills finds Nico Collins for a gain of about 9. And then a handoff to Ty Johnson. He'll get the first down off a 3rd and inches to the 34 of Denver. Davis Mills out of the shotgun now. Takes the snap, hands off Dameon Pierce. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Looking for one extra block. Doesn't quite get it, but that is good for a first down to the 21. And now Davis Mills out of the shotgun. They're sending a little bit of pressure, and he's going to be brought down. That's Josie Jewell in the backfield getting a sack on this play. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Mills looking to pass again on 2nd and 20 this time. Goes deep. He's looking for Jordan Akins, but he overthrows it. Kind of just tried to throw it up and give him a chance, but it is overthrown by Mills. And this time it's going to be a fumble. I'm not sure who that was in the backfield. Mills actually ends up falling on top of it, but goodness gracious, that is scary. And we've got Kaimi Fairbairn attempting a 64-yard field goal attempt. He does have the wind with him. It's up, and if it's got the leg, it's there. It had plenty of leg, and it is good. Kaimi Fairbairn has honestly kind of been the MVP for the team at this point. 64 yards would have previously tied, I believe, the NFL record if Justin Tucker hadn't made that 66-yarder last year. Denver back on the field, back to a tie game. They've got a minute in the half to try to make something happen. That's Jerry Jeudy on the catch. He can't be brought down, and he steps out of bounds at the 44. 1 minute remaining. He's finding Jeudy again across the middle of the field. And that's going to be a timeout for Denver after a pickup of 9. 2nd and 1. We send a lot of heat. This one's broken up. I believe that's Steven Nelson on the breakup there. 3rd and 1 once again from the 47. Russell Wilson off of his back foot has a wide open Tim Patrick. Christian Kirksey tried to come back and make a play, but he couldn't get there in time. That is a first down for Denver. They're to the 29. 43 seconds left. That's Jonathan Grenard on the sack. 2nd and 24 now. This would be a massive stop if Houston can manage it. That one is only good for a few. 3rd and 16. 16 seconds left in the half. Russell Wilson out of the shotgun, back to pass. Looking down the field. Rasheem Green is there. He finds Chase Edmonds. There is a penalty down. Chase Edmonds has the first down, assuming that this penalty isn't brought back. We'll see what they call. It is going to be holding, and it is on the offense. So this one's going to be brought back. It's going to be 3rd and 26. So plenty of space there for Houston to be able to make a stop. They're going a screen, and Russell Wilson throws this straight into Rasheem Green. It's now 4th and 26. Now this is end zone or bust for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson back to pass. Heaves it deep downfield. It would be just our luck if this is caught, but it's not. It's out of the back of the end zone, and we are officially headed to halftime. A pretty good half from the team, honestly. We're a bit more competitive than I expected last week and this week included. We're holding the offense pretty well, although Denver does have quite a few passing yards, and I feel like the rushing game has really worked for them when they've tried it, but they just haven't tried it a ton. We will start with the ball in the second half as Smith takes this from about the 5-yard line, gets up to around the 29. It looks like they'll mark it at the 28, and that'll be 1st and 10 Texans for Davis Mills and the Houston offense. First play is going to be a draw play to Dameon Pierce. He's got a blocker to his left. This is going to be a good pickup of about 9 yards. 2nd and 1 now. Johnson in the backfield. They'll hand it to him. He's got a lot of room to run. Eventually brought down by Pat Surtain and company. And that will be to the 47. And a handoff for Dameon Pierce, who's back in the backfield. We're just going back and forth. That's a pickup of about 5. Ty Johnson back in the game. He'll take a run. This time doesn't get a whole lot, maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for Houston. And Mills back to pass. Finds Brandon Cooks. I tried to say Nico Collins on the left side, but that is in fact Brandon Cooks. He's brought down at the 32 of Denver. Davis Mills back to throw again. And an inaccurate pass as he's taking a hit goes out of bounds. It's now 3rd and 8. Mills rolling right. Finds Chris Moore, but he cannot get the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Houston, and we are lining up to go for it. That's Ty Johnson in the backfield. He's had a great day so far. He gets one good block that he needed, and he's got a lot more room now. The speed really a factor on that one, just outrunning everyone after getting the one block. To the 11, 1st down. Houston, Dameon Pierce on the handoff, and he can't punch it into the end zone, but he does get it to 2nd and inches, only about 2 yards away from the end zone marker now. Dameon Pierce on the handoff. He adds another touchdown to his touchdown total on the year. I believe that is his 4th touchdown on the year, whether receiving or running. And yeah, Dameon Pierce, a huge touchdown there. And Houston will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. It is 20-13 in favor of Houston. Denver obviously still in this game. Back to pass. He finds, is that Saubert? I'm not super sure who that tight end was. And this time Wilson back to pass. He'll look to his right side. He'll find Jerry Jeudy. And Steven Nelson kind of just turned a blind eye to that one. Didn't even really attempt to jump the route. This is a handoff to Jeudy. He goes nowhere. 2nd and 10 now for Denver from the 45. Russell Wilson to pass, throwing deep downfield. He's got a man, but it's broken up by Derek Stingley Jr. Good play by the rookie. Russell Wilson out of shotgun now. Takes the snap. There's a blitz coming. It's picked up, and he will find Albert O, who makes another terrible drop. That's his 2nd one, possibly 3rd one on the day. That brings the Texans offense back onto the field after a punt. Ty Johnson on 2nd and 10 will pick up 4. It's now 3rd and 6. Davis Mills looking to throw. Throwing it up to Jordan Akins again, but he can't come down with it. That's pretty good coverage there by Josie Jewell, who breaks that up. It's 4th and 6. Houston will punt as well. Denver now back on the field from their own 29. Wilson has a lot of time to throw. Throws a little bit on the run there. Finds Chase Edmonds for a pickup of about 5. 2nd and 5 now. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Handoff Edmonds. He's got a bunch of room up the middle. One man to beat, but he can't. That's Jonathan Owens bringing him down, but he is to the 48-yard line and has plenty for a first. 1st and 10. Russell Wilson off his back foot. Should have been intercepted once again. That's our other linebacker, Christian Kirksey. I'm not sure how he's not making that catch, but that really should have been an interception for Russell Wilson. This time he goes across the middle of the field and he finds Courtland Sutton after the failed interception. And really, this drive is going to end up ending a lot differently than it should have had that ball just been intercepted. And this time, Russell Wilson finds Courtland Sutton again, and he breaks away, and he's into the end zone. 2 plays ago, we were a millimeter from an interception that somehow we don't pick up, and now Courtland Sutton is in the end zone. And the PAT will tie the game. It is now 20-20, and we're just about a minute away from entering the fourth quarter. Davis Mills, hand off. That's Ty Johnson in the backfield. He's got a pickup, breaks 1 tackle. He picks up about 6 on that one. Damian Pierce in the backfield now. Up the middle, stuffed pretty quickly. 3rd and 1. Damian Pierce again, met very quickly. Thankfully, he is tackled forward by Josie Jewell, and that is a first down. Mills going to pass this time. Looks to his right side. That's a bit risky, kind of late on the throw, but that will be caught. It's 2nd and 6. Damian Pierce, hand off to him. He's brought down pretty quickly. Only a pickup of about 3. 3rd and 3 now. Davis Mills under center, looking to pass. He's got Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins. I'm getting them mixed up like crazy. Titus Howard, I believe that's our right tackle, is injured on the play. 1st and 10, though, for Houston. Damian Pierce, only a pickup of 1 on this play. Titus Howard, a abdominal strain, will be back a little later in the game, but for now we'll substitute him just to be safe. Davis Mills under pressure. Honestly, maybe helped him as it brought Nico Collins back to the ball. He threw out of a sack there, and that's going to be a first down for Houston. Damian Pierce handoff meets Josie Jewell immediately, completely runs him over. That's a good pickup of about 4. Davis Mills handoff. Pierce again, big truck from Damian Pierce. He's got a lot of power. 3rd and 3. Mills to throw. Finds. That is O.J. Howard, the backup tight end. He'll have a first down to the 29 now. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Ty Johnson on the handoff. Tries to make a cutback. Mistimes it a little bit, but it will be 2nd and 6. Still not a terrible pickup. And that's Brandon Cooks on the catch coming across Pat Surtain. Thought that was going to be intercepted for a second. 2nd and 7. Play action for Johnson, and he's got O.J. Howard, the backup tight end, once again. He's into the end zone this time as he was wide open coming across the middle of the field. Mills found him. Touchdown, Houston. 4.5 minutes remaining, and Houston will take the lead 27-20. I don't know how we're doing it. These teams we're playing against are much better than us on paper, but we are hanging in there. We've got the lead now with under half of the fourth quarter remaining. Davis Mills 6 for 6, 42 yards and a touchdown. Not a bad drive by the second-year man. Russell Wilson out of the shotgun. They're going for a screen play. That's Chase Edmonds. He makes a man miss, but then is brought down after a pickup of 5. 3rd and 5. Wilson back to throw again. Looking down the field, he finds, I believe that's Courtland Sutton on the left side of the field, and he came down with that. What a great catch. Not a great throw by Russell Wilson. Alberto, no drop this time, has the reception. 2nd and 5 for Denver. Handoff, Edmonds. He's up the middle, stuffed pretty quickly, but he does pick up 4. 3rd and 1. They've got, I think that's Marlon Mack in the backfield. They must have signed him off of free agency, or maybe he was on their practice squad. Really not too sure, but he brings up 28 yards on his first rush of the day. That's KJ Hamler, who had the big touchdown earlier with a terrible drop there. 3rd and 7 now. Bad snap. Russell Wilson handles it, though. He hands it off to Chase Edmonds, and he's got plenty for the first down. 1st and goal from the 10. Chase Edmonds handoff. He has plenty of room, but is brought down at the 1. And now Wilson's going to pass from the 1-yard line, and it's looking like it's a good thing he did. He finds his big wide receiver, Tim Patrick, in the end zone. Denver is going to tie this game with 1.5 minutes remaining. And that's plenty of time for Houston to do exactly what they did last week, bring it down the field and set up a field goal for Kaimi Fairbairn. Can we win back-to-back weeks on back-to-back game-winning field goals? I guess this is Davis Mills' time to show what he can do. Out of the shotgun now. Mills back to pass. Looking across the middle of the field. It's a bad throw because he's under pressure. 2nd and 10. That goes incomplete. Mills back to throw again. He's got a screen for Dameon Pierce, but it's read very quickly. There is a flag down on the play, however, as that doesn't gain a whole lot. It's going to be a holding penalty on the offense. That's Laramie Tunsil with a really bad holding penalty. 2nd and 20. Mills across the middle, and it's an errant throw. It's intercepted by Kareem Jackson, and that's going to be the game for the most part. Denver's already in field goal range. They can just burn as much clock as they want to and kick a field goal and win. Mills, really not a ton of pressure. I mean, I know he's about to get hit. It's sort of the same interception he threw week 1 against the Colts, where there was just a guy in the vicinity and it just scares him and he throws the ball away. There was a chance for Akins to catch that. I believe that's who was going across the middle there. Russell Wilson, handoff. Chase Edmonds on the very first play. He's got a ton of room. That's going to be a touchdown for Denver. The only silver lining here is that they scored very quickly and left a lot of time on the clock. So Davis Mills, he did just have that bad interception on the errant throw under pressure, but he can make it up. He can bring us down the field. We can tie the game and try to force overtime in week 2. Davis Mills back to pass once again, looking downfield. It's caught by Brandon Cooks. What an incredible catch. He breaks away and then is brought down after getting to the 38 of Denver. Houston calls a timeout. Mills looking, and that's an errant throw for Dameon Pierce once again. It's intercepted. That is an absolutely horrific miss. It's the check down. And I know he's under pressure, and he must just have that trait where he has terrible throws under pressure. The guy's not that close to him. It's the check down. That's the easiest throw to make in your whole career. I don't care if you're about to get hit. For that to be inaccurate is pretty much unacceptable. Davis Mills, back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back drives, is going to cost us this game. Denver takes the win here, 34-27. And really, this one, it's on Davis Mills. It really is. He threw 2 terrible interceptions. Both were under pressure, where the guy wasn't even hitting him yet, where if he just stood tall in the pocket and made the throw, it'd be accurate. But he gets scared at pressure, and he just throws up the ball, and whoever catches it is whoever catches it. And unfortunately, that does cost us the game here this week. Could have been 2-0, probably even should have been 2-0, but yeah, we will fall to 1-1. Davis Mills, terrible day. 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dameon Pierce had a decent game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 18 for 81. Ty Johnson actually had 13 for 81. Chase Edmonds, 14 for 114 and a touchdown. Great game from him. Brandon Cooks, 4 for 82, got a little more involved today. Nico Collins, 4 for 40, and Chris Moore, 3 for 40. And then we've got Kenyon Green with the upgrade here. I hope you guys enjoy these episodes. I'm really liking recording and making them. So, yeah, if you do like them, leave a like on the video. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next week where we play the Chicago Bears.